All right. Well, hi everyone. Just to introduce myself briefly, I'm Eloisa de Castro. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Enerpoly. And Enerpoly is a zinc-ion battery technology developer based in Sweden. We're based in Stockholm, Sweden. We manufacture battery cells and battery packs. And I've been a speaker at Energy Tech Summit before, talking about other aspects of our battery technology, primarily the fact that we're able to achieve 100% European supply chains. And that is a major challenge in the battery industry right now. One of the things that I think is a little bit less understood about the battery space is really how we are thinking about safety. So one of the advantages that we have as a battery technology company and within our battery technology is that we use materials that are not only incredibly abundant and very cost-effective and therefore really being able to address some of the most urgent concerns in terms of cost, sustainability, and availability of supply chains in batteries, but specifically in Europe. But also, our battery materials are incredibly safe. So the fact that the battery materials can't even have thermal runaway is something that's a tremendous advantage. And also the fact that there is nothing that is toxic in our batteries is also an advantage, and something that I don't think people talk about enough today. Today, when we think about battery safety, this is what we think about. We think about battery fires, right? And there are battery fires that are occurring in all parts of the supply chain. So we have the ability for thermal runaway is something that is something that happens with lithium-ion technology. It is possible in sodium-ion technology and solid-state batteries as well, even though they are safer. LFP is the safest lithium-ion technology, but all of them can still have thermal runaway. And we're seeing a lot of concern around battery fires. And the way that we've thought about safety in the battery industry has focused on being able to control thermal runaway, right? We have innovations in battery management, innovations in advanced cooling, fire suppression, new materials. All of these are great. I fully support that these are being developed. But what can we enable if that's something that we don't have to worry about? And that's what I want to talk about today, what we can do when we don't need thermal runaway, or when we don't have thermal runaway and we don't need to innovate in that way. And we can spend our time innovating somewhere else, innovating in energy density and innovating on cost, which are the things that really enable energy storage. What we have at Enerpoly is zinc-ion batteries. Specifically for us, we make zinc metal batteries. That is a higher volumetric energy density version of zinc-ion. And we do this, we achieve 100% local supply chains. Today, we have almost 100% European supply chains with a clear path to being able to reach that in the future. And this is something that, because our battery materials are so abundant, it's zinc and manganese dioxide, we are able to achieve 100% local supply chains worldwide. And just to clarify, what are the things that can cause thermal runaway? External heating, physical damage, adjacent cell catches fire, that's why we need so much spacing, particle contamination, overcharge, over-discharge. All of these things are trouble that does not happen with Enerpoly's zinc-ion batteries and with the zinc and manganese dioxide as the anode and cathode materials. And what this means for us is that throughout the parts of the battery value chain, we're focusing on innovation on exactly what you need for performance, and not so much the other areas of development that I mentioned before. What this means for our customers is that, one, it's easier to work with. Two, you can deploy it in areas that are more protected or cannot tolerate toxic leakages. Noise is also one of the areas that we're enabling here. So without the need for very loud thermal control and thermal suppression systems, we're able to reduce the amount of noise in batteries, and this is something that is valuable to energy utility and grid storage customers. There's a high need for safety when it comes to shipyards and ports, so that's also valuable for maritime. And with data centers being able to simplify the operations and not spend so much time in doing the maintenance because you cannot transport damaged lithium-ion batteries is an area that we're providing that kind of relief as well. But what does it mean when it comes to numbers? So I mentioned that there are advantages for our own operations as a manufacturer. There are advantages for our customers who are battery system integrators, and also for end users. And what we've seen is that there are several advantages within manufacturing. I can just name a few. The need for clean rooms, dry rooms, the requirement to build very complex toxic solvent recovery systems, that's not required. And one of the things that we have a clear knowledge about how much energy savings it would be is at least 25% savings on the energy consumption. When it comes to the system level, 5 to 15% savings on space and the system cost because of the fewer components, as well as lowering transportation costs. There are a lot of factors that go into this, but experts have shared with us that they're expecting it to be 10 to 50% in transportation cost savings. And last but not least, insurance at the end user. The insurance estimate for how much you can reduce the insurance for a battery that has no thermal runaway is 67 to 75%. So, why am I here today? I'm really enthusiastic about sharing more about how safety is really an enabler in battery energy storage. We're looking to work with partners and also help you identify ways that safety can make your operations better. And on top of that, we're also looking for investment. This is our factory that is based in Stockholm. It is a 100 megawatt hour annual production factory. We are in the process of ramping up by 2026. And this is something that I mentioned before, that you really can save a lot on cost, and that is enabled a lot by the safety. This is something that we have been able to do with previously only 2 million euros in equity. So this is a little bit of something that you can take home with you. 0% chance of thermal runaway, 100% European supply chains. Sustainability is also excellent. I didn't talk too much about that. 70% lower CO2 footprint than LFP batteries. So if you're interested in having a conversation about how safety can enable your business and how zinc-ion batteries can enable your business, please reach out to me later on. And I will also be at booth S18. Here is my contact information on LinkedIn. All right, thank you very much.